All right, this is a topic I want to talk about. We're talking about the Orlando Magic and the great run they've had the last 13 games. This has been Strictly Ball Business.
Strictly ball business.
Strictly ball business.
I like that video.
Shit.
So since December 7th, they're 9-4. Doesn't sound that impressive. It's the fifth best record since that date. So technically, they're the fifth best team. No, but they've been doing great. They've really caught fire, and there's not like a single thing that they're doing better where they're like, oh, this guy's on, so their playmaking or defense or offense is changing. They've just kind of gotten better all around the board. I mean, they and it's even impressive because they missed Wendell Carter Jr. and Suggs throughout this. So I mean, hold on, so they went from like their field goal percentage increased from like a bunch to a lot to a little, but 3-point went up, rebounds, turnovers. I mean, they're still in this run. They've been the 14th best offense and the 11th best defense, so they're just kind of in the middle. I think that's a great starting point for where they are. If this is how they can play, if they can work out a whole season in this way, it's great. I mean, it's happened since Fultz got back. A lot of players came back from injury. Cole Anthony did too. So they've just been kind of rolling now. Mo Wagner was in the starting lineup for a while just because they didn't want to move Bamba up, and they didn't want to disturb the rotations with Wendell Carter Jr. being out. So it's just impressive, and they had an impressive win last night over OKC. I like seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely excited to see where this team goes. I mean, I don't know if they're going to cause any real damage in the playoffs once they go up against teams with experience like the Nets, Bucks, and Celtics, but anything can happen. Donovan Mitchell has experience himself in the playoffs, so
yeah, I mean,
it's working out.
I don't see them making any noise in the playoffs. I think if they, much like the Timberwolves had last year, if we can win a play-in game or even play a play-in game right now, I'd be happy. Because it's just young core. It's just the young core we have that is just by far improving. Maybe this offseason we can get in a few, trim some fat with some of this young talent, go out, trade for some veterans, sign a couple veterans, a little better veterans than Terrence Ross, of course. And I think I just think it's great to see this development. This is the steps. That's the next step of first you draft, you go out and get your young talent, you develop them. This is the development process. It's nice to see the development directly affect the winning, and that's always a good sign to see out of a franchise.
Yeah, no doubt. I think they're going in the right direction. So
definitely,
I think they've been making some good picks lately, which you couldn't really say that for a lot of years.
Yeah, and I mean, we haven't even seen the fully developed Bol or fully developed. I think Jalen Suggs still has a lot way to come. I think Fultz is kind of where he's going to be. Maybe get a little better. I can see him averaging like a 15-9 and 15-9 or 15-8, something like that. 8 assists, maybe close to 2 steals. That's the type of player he's going to be. Much like kind of like Jalen Suggs, just a little better on defense. I'm not Suggs. Brunson, just a little better on defense. Yep, but Wagner, I think more and more he's impressing me. Wendell Carter Jr. is having a more down year than I thought, but he's doing well. And obviously, Paolo's just outrageous. This guy's a superstar already. So impressive to see. So refreshing to see. Much like when you saw the growth of Anthony Edwards, that's how I'm feeling with Paolo Banchero.
I mean, Orlando really hasn't had that type of player since Dwight Howard.
Oh, yeah, and even then, even peak Dwight Howard would not. I don't think he would be a superstar today. He would be very much in the same vein as a Gobert or like a Jared Allen, where he's just hyper good at that. And because athleticism doesn't get you much places anyway. And Shaq was just dominant, but we haven't had a superstar like this versatile or anything. Like, they were just really good at one thing. Granted, Hall of Fame players. Well, I think so.
Over here saying he's gonna be better than Shaq. He's gonna be better than Giannis.
I don't know about Giannis or Shaq. I do think he can be better than Dwight Howard. I don't think that's a huge leap to say. But I think I'm just excited. He's gonna be great.
Yeah. No. You have reason to be excited. I mean, he has been a player people have talked about for a long time. People have been waiting for him to finally get to the league, and here he is, worth all the hype. He's actually good. He's actually worth the hype. Crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah. But what do you guys think of this run? This run has been great. I love seeing it. I'm watching them tonight. Let's go. We're gonna make that 10-4. Let's go, baby. Because the season, we're gonna pretend the season started not at the beginning of December because we had like 3 losses in a row, but December 7th. That's when it's gonna start. Comment something below. Let me know.
That's a wrap for us, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. We love talking about basketball, and you love listening to us. So it's a match made in heaven, I think.